Welcome to the Whiskey War. We have got an award-winning barrel-proof bourbon out of High Bank Distillery, located in Columbus, Ohio. I'm super excited to try this one. Let's get right into it. How are y'all doing today? My name's Chris. Welcome back to Bourbinsane. First of all, let me say I'm very impressed with the media team and marketing campaign that High Bank Distillery has been putting together. Anyone who they send these bottles to, content creators, they're called whiskey warriors. And they encourage them to post honest reviews, showing how they enjoyed their bourbon, whether it be neat, on the rocks, in a cocktail, whatever it may be, and just to kind of get their name and their brand out there, which is great. High Bank Distillery comes out of Columbus, Ohio, and actually, I knew almost nothing about this bottle until one of my patrons, shout out Douglas Weber, he mentioned this bottle to me. He said, "Hey, have you had any of the Whiskey War stuff?" And I said, "No, I've heard of the bottle. This is before the company ever even contacted me." And he mentioned they were doing some really cool stuff and a lot of awesome expressions that they have, and not too far from him. So when they did reach out, I was super pumped to try it because I had that little history now. And I didn't know what they were sending me. They have a couple different things, but luckily for me, I got the barrel proof. Yes. I can't ask for anything better for that. Let's talk about High Bank a little bit. So High Bank, as mentioned, is in Columbus, Ohio. This bottle specifically actually doesn't have any information about where it was distilled. Nothing on the label, which is kind of weird. But just from my research, it appears to be MGP juice. So it appears to be a blend of a high rye mash bill and then 2 normal bourbon mash bills. But no specifics about the specifics of the mash bill are mentioned at all. On the front of the label, it does say straight bourbon whiskey or blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. So because it says that, we know it's at least 2 years, and there's no specific age statement, meaning it's at least 4 years. So we know it's a blend of at least 4+ years, which is good. It's a good sign. As mentioned too, it's barrel proof. So 59.43%. We got a nice, respectable hop proof. And just looking at the bottle, I love the color that comes through. So I'm pumped to get into this one. Let's go right into the review. Start with color. I've had this poured because given it's a barrel-proof bourbon, I wanted to let it open up for about 20 minutes even before I jumped on camera here. So it's been in the glass about 20 minutes to give it a chance here. So as mentioned, beautiful dark color. My light coming through actually doesn't look extra dark like I see in some barrel proofs. So that could be a sign of the age, or maybe just not being super, super high proof. It's just under 120. So still very hot. Let's go into the nose. Whew. All right. Absolutely that sugary, I'll say, it appears to be MGP sweetness comes through. But there is a lot of graininess on this. Reminiscent of a craft whiskey. You know, a craft whiskey. Very citrus forward on this. I'm getting a lot of orange. A lot of lemon zest, lemon peel, which I tend to get in a lot of MGP ryes also. So if this is truly MGP, I could be tricking myself into thinking that. It appears to come through heavy. It's got your classic bourbon notes for sure. That vanilla and caramel, but they're actually a little bit muted. Kind of a dusty oak actually comes through on the nose too, surprisingly. But it is kind of sawdusty grain, spirit, a little grassy forward. A little grassiness. Which I'll often attribute to youthful whiskeys. So, nothing wrong with it though. It's craft. Let's go into this. Wow. Okay, so the nose, honestly, full disclosure, wasn't overly impressed with. When I was describing those notes, it seemed youthful. I was worried about the palate. Great first sip. Great first impression. Still lingering, still going right now. I mean, I got that salivation coming, which is awesome. Give another sip. Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of, to me, I think a lot of that rye comes through. I mean, I'm getting a lot of pepperiness, a lot of that peppery tingle that I get on the tongue with a lot of rye whiskeys. So I'm not sure the blend of how much of the high rye mash bill they use versus the other two. But I think the rye presence, at least on my bottle, is really coming through strong. It's got a really good palate, though. I mean, like I said, that mid-palate finish burn is what I like on a barrel proof. I want that. Slight brown sugar there. But to me, this is a very fruity bourbon. I mean, it's very fruit forward. Not a lot of creaminess. You know, when you get into more your aged stuff, that's when that creamy oak comes through and those creamy fruits, almost desserty. Not getting a huge amount of that because probably it is around that 4-year age. I mean, if we're being honest, it's probably about 4 years, maybe 5. Just based on palate, it seems to be maybe 4 to 5 years. I'm going to do one more sip. I'm really enjoying this. I was a little concerned, a little worried going into this that I wouldn't, it wasn't going to be for me. Yeah, craft distilleries are really hit or miss for me. And whether I like it or not, I mean, I tend to lead to my classics. You can see by the bar behind me, my big name distilleries, And yes, craft whiskey tends to be a little bit more expensive, but this is really good. This is actually really, really good. Honestly, I don't know the price on this. I looked all around. I couldn't find the price. It's probably going to be between $70 and $100 is my guess. And if I find the price, or I'll do some more digging, I'll put it on the screen here. Probably here. But for me, especially if you live in that Columbus area and with all the cool stuff that they're doing, according to Doug, I think it's worth looking for and worth finding. I don't see these in Michigan. I think he has to probably cross the border to get this right over where he is. Personally, up here in Grand Rapids area, I have not seen these. But this is really good. I mean, it's an MGP, so you know what you're getting. But you can tell a lot about a blending company, and supposedly they're actually making their own distillate too, just off-site, but not here. You can tell they know what they're doing as far as the blending goes. Some you can taste, and it's just so disjointed and makes no sense at all with what's in the whiskey. Each sip tastes completely different. There's no uniformity at all. That's not the case with this. I mean, I can see why this won awards for what it is, in the craft world. It's nice. I'm excited to do a re-review of this, or at least give you my impressions once we drink the bottle down about halfway. A lot of these types of whiskeys, when they get about that far down in the bottle, that's when they tend to hit their sweet spot. For me, they open up more when you get to about 1/3 to 2/3 of the way down. So I'm excited to do that, and I think this could probably be put in a lot of blinds, especially some younger whiskeys, younger barrel-proof whiskeys that we go up against. Things like your benchmark full proof, we could do a blind of that against this. And let me know, is that something you'd like to see? Would you like to see a battle of the bourbons where we do a full 16 brackets of whiskey? I mean, 16 different whiskeys together, which I do have plans for. Not for barrel proofs, but something else. So I want to hear your thoughts, though. Have you guys tried anything from High Bank Distillery? And if so, what do you think? Worth the pickup for you? Not? Do you have a different expression than the barrel proof that you like more? So let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for being here today, watching the review. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay insane.